Good morning, Flosstube. My name is Laura, and I'd like to welcome you to Stitching by the Shore, my channel all about cross stitch. Every once in a while, we talk about something else crafty, but today it is all cross stitch. You can tell from my background that I am back in Connecticut, and I am filming from the craft room. I'm going to give this a try again. I think I figured out what was causing that little kind of noise in the background. The way I have my camera set up, just my unscientific way of unpiled stuff in a little box. Every time I hit the table, it seemed to make a little noise. So I'm going to do my very best not to hit the table in front of me and hope that we won't have that noise anymore. If you are new, welcome. Thank you so much for pressing play and giving my channel a try. I hope you like what you see and you'll hit like and subscribe and all that good stuff. I know there's so many people to watch, and I am super grateful that you chose to give me a try. And if you're a returning viewer, you know I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for coming back each week, chatting with me in the comments and supporting me and my stitching. I love it. And on top of all of that, I want to thank everybody who has hit the subscribe button. We hit a milestone this week. I hit 2,000 subscribers, which is, I'm floored. I'm absolutely floored. If you were to know me in real life, I'm actually I'm a pretty quiet, sort of shy person, most especially in groups. Then I'm really kind of shy and quiet one-on-one, especially if we had something in common like stitching, I'd probably be chattier. But for the most part, I am a fairly quiet person. So the fact that 2,000 people have subscribed to my channel and share my love of stitching is, I can't even tell you. From the bottom of my heart, I am just so grateful. And grateful that each and every week I get to talk stitching and I get to share it with all of you, and you share yours with me. And it's been an amazing journey. I never thought when I started stitching back again a couple years ago, and then discovering Flosstube and deciding to try it myself, that I would ever reach this. So thank you. You know, I talk with my hands and I don't want to touch the table, so it might be an extra hand waving session. Sorry about that if that distracts you. That's always been my way. I've always talked with my hands. But anyway, thank you to all of you who have subscribed. And if you haven't yet, give that little button a hit if you'd like, just to keep joining me each and every week. All right, now, you know, I always talk about each week a Flosstube friend who supports my channel and watches my channel or comments or does all that stuff, and they have a Flosstube of their own, and I like to talk about them. So this week I'm going to talk about a stitchy friend. I like to think that since we've met through Flosstube that we've become stitchy friends, that had to take some time off and is back again now with making floss tubes, and that would be Mandy Parker. Mandy has had a heck of a 2021, but she's amazing in how she's come back, and she's just taking each day as each day and just getting back to her stitching and playing with Stitches the cat and all that. Mandy does all sorts of types of stitching, from smalls to heaven and earth designs and everything in between. If you really like full coverage, go back a few videos. I bet you it's in the title. She stitched, I call it the Eagles. I don't know the full name. A big heaven and earth design. That is amazing. And there are a few people that I watch that have inspired me to really try and jump into full coverages, and Mandy is one of them, because I saw this picture continue to come alive and it was just so cool. So I will link her information down below in the description box. So if you would like to check Mandy out, if you haven't watched her before, and maybe see a Stitches sighting, Stitches likes to run past her sometimes, behind her, and all that good stuff. So it's really kind of cute. But if you'd like to, I'll put it down below. If you're new, I do put all the information in the description box right below the video. So if I've mentioned something, I try to link to it. If I've mentioned people, I try to link to them. All of my projects, and I don't go crazy, but I give you the basic information, the project, the designer, what fabric I'm using, and if I make any changes, I do try to put that down there below. And if there's a link to maybe something that's not as common. You know, if it's something you can get a 1, 2, 3 stitch, I don't generally link 1, 2, 3 stitch or anything, but other things I will like straight to some Etsy shops and things like that. And if I ever forget, please reach out and let me know, because if you're thinking about it, maybe somebody else wanted the link as well, and I would love to give it to you and then make sure I put it in the box so that I can share it with everybody. So I do my very, very best to put all the information, and a lot of it's cut and paste from week to week, because you know I see a lot of the same projects from week to week. So it's easy enough to get you all that info and just direct you where you need to go, just to be a little extra helpful. That's me. All right, stitching. You're here for stitching, so let's show you some. I have one finish, stitchy finish, and then I have some works in progress, and I have one new start. So let's start with the finish. Guess? Anybody want to guess? I know you know what it is. If you watched me last week, I was this close. And ironically, I really was this close. It took me no time. I thought it would take me longer. It took me no time to actually stitch and finish this guy up. Now, I'm not going to, it's a digital pattern. Normally I would show you the original, but since I have a finish, I'm not going to bother. Here we go. Crab Friends from Crocette Gogo. And this is done on 18 count sand from Picture This Plus. I thought he was super cute on this fabric. I thought the colors came out nicely and so fun. I love stitching her patterns. I think it is. The designer's patterns, I'll just say. I'm not 100% sure who the designer is, but I love stitching their patterns. They're so easy to read. They're so fun, and I think I might have to go, they have a new one, new beach one, so I think I might have to go check out Etsy and maybe press that little buy button, because it's really cute. And I enjoy their stitching so much that I really, really do want to keep some of them, if not on a weekly rotation, fairly close. What am I going to do with this guy? I don't know yet. So for those of you who may be new, my husband and I are fairly minimalist in our decor of the house. Don't look behind me. Crafts are my one weakness. So yes, I have probably a gazillion more markers than I need, but and yes, if you were to look on the other side, the cardstock and the inks and everything else, that's not minimalist in the least, and stitching seriously isn't either. But for the most part, with our life, we are fairly minimalist. So a lot of things that I stitch, well, I would in my head say, oh, that'd be so cute for decor. I know in my mind, in real life, I should say. So in my heart, I'd say it's really cute. In my mind, I know that it's not, it's just not going to get put somewhere. So my other option, obviously, you know, I've been talking about a stitching scrapbook, and I think that would go in there. So here's my dilemma. I know I want to do a scrapbook that's devoted to stitched flowers, because I love doing floral patterns, big, small, you know, kind of all in between. And actually one of the first things I completed that sat for 20, 25 years is a bird with flowers on it. I'll have to show that one time, because it would follow with Robin bird's eye stitches, bird's eye stitches, her bird wall. It would work with her bird patterns. So I have to find that. I think it's probably in my just big pile of finishes, and show that one, because that was the first one that I finished off that got me back with the stitchy bug. But I do know I want to do a book that's kind of dedicated to floral, and then I don't know if I want a scrapbook that's just everything else. You know, I love doing beach themed and ocean, so do I do one for that? I don't know yet. Holidays, I'm not sure. And that's what's holding me back starting the scrapbook part, because I don't know exactly how I want to break it up. But I'm getting there. It's foremost in my mind, and it is a goal for my month of July to really kind of gather all my supplies and start to iron that out in my head. So you might be seeing this as a scrapbook finish down the line. We'll see. So that's the first, and that's my only finish this week. All right, works in progress. Let's see what I've been working on this week. So I know that this is also this week's giveaway, and I decided I wanted to stitch it myself as well. It's the 2021 Prairie Schooler Santa. Super cute with all the, I'll call them woodland sort of animals. And I don't have a huge start. I worked on this after the video last week, I think. But there we go. That's where he is. This I don't know if I should do it this way or this way. YouTube's gonna have trouble finding a screenshot because they're gonna be confused by all this stuff behind me. This is done on 18 count Jade from Picture This Plus. I stitched last year's Santa on this, and I really liked how the colors looked on this this green. And so I decided, because they all seem to be the same colors from year to year for the most part, I decided I wanted to continue that. And so that's what I have so far. Not a ton. I don't have his face yet because I didn't have the information, but you'll notice I changed his face in last year's. It's just not as pinky as what, I'm sorry, the lighting is not great. We are in the middle of Tropical Storm Elsa, so it is, well, it is, I don't even know what time it is. It's after 9. I tried to go a little bit later today because it is ridiculously dark and cloudy and pouring rain and dreary. So I'm trying my best here. But I find that the Prairie Schoolers' faces of whatever are a little too pink for my liking. So I think I used whatever the pink was for the face. I used it for the cheeks and I changed the face. So that's what I will do again on this guy. I just didn't have the information with me down in Delaware. So instead I just decided, okay, I'll do some more of his body. Super fun. It's going along. For the little bit I did on this one this week, I found it fairly quick stitch. So I think I'm going to really enjoy working on that. Obviously, we'll have a lot more color changes. I don't think I'll do the words or the border. I did not do so on this one, and I think it's just fine, works just fine. So I think I'm going to continue that theme and not do those. There is some back stitching, obviously, a floral, which I will do if it looks like it needs it. I am definitely, when I look at a pattern, sometimes I edit strategically if I'm thinking, you know what, it doesn't quite, again, going back to my minimalist brain, sometimes it's just a little bit too much busy-wise. So, oops, that was last year. So that's where we are this year. And I'll make some decisions as I go along as to what. I know I won't do the words, and I know I won't do the border. But from there, I'm not sure what I'll do. All right, I forgot to take, oops, the picture out of the next one. I am back to doing the cottages. I kind of got a little burnt out on them, but I know obviously I want to get them done. So I pulled it back out and did a little bit this week. So I was down with the family over most of the weekend. You know, we went down Thursday and they all came back on Tuesday. I stayed an extra, you know, Tuesday and Wednesday, and then first thing yesterday morning, I hit the road. So while everybody was there, my stitching was a little bit lighter. Part of Tuesday and then Wednesday, I did get some more, and I got a new start of a really big project that I'm super excited to show you. So some of these may not be as much progress, but that's okay. That is the May cottage. Country Cottage Needleworks, Cottages of the Month. And here we go. Oh, this, I actually didn't quite finish a thread, so I've got the needle and it's all, there we go. Even though I ironed it, it doesn't look like it. But that's where we are so far. So again, I'm just continuing, I don't even know, I did more of the greenery, got all that, I'm working my way down here. Again, I am strategically taking out, I'm not up top, there are some, I think they're like bumblebees. I'm not going to do them. I'm going to keep it, except for filling in this flower. The top will look basically like that, and so will the bottom. So I've got this side to do, and then come down here and some fill-ins that I just have skipped over, and we'll be good. So that's where that one is. And then I think I have either 2 or 3 months left, and they will be done, all 12. All right, 2 more projects that are current. One of which you saw last week, one you did not. I am enjoying this one, and while I was down by the beach, I figured I would stitch this one. That's Taking It Easy by Silver Creek Samplers, and that's what it looks like. I am using Elaine's color conversion for the dress. She went more with the purples. Elaine also was brilliant and charted a book right here. I am not that brilliant. So I obviously won't do the year. don't know if I'd do another starfish or if I would do something else over there. We'll see. We'll see if I have anything on charts that I can do. And that's what we have. I don't know. How's that? This is done on an 18 count Serene from Picture This Plus. For someone who has always said Picture This Plus is tough for me because I stitch in hand, I have 3 projects this week showing you on this fabric. So there we go. And if you can see, I've started her dress, and we have dark purple and light purple. And let me see if I can find those colors. I meant to write them on my notes. Sorry for the crinkle as I look inside my... So the dark is 553 and the lighter is 153. So instead of doing the dress in the blue that is charted, I'm doing it in those 2 colors. And it really looks pretty against the light yellow. I did keep that part where there's little flowers in the dress. I do have to not rechart, but change colors of the seagull. I think I'm going to do his body more of a, I'll either combine a gray with the white and then keep, you know, this part, the darker. You can't even see it, but I started stitching it here in white, and you can't, with this, that's the one thing with this color, the white doesn't really, unless it's surrounded by something, it's not going to show up. So I do want to fix that guy. I got to take out what I've stitched and figure out what I'm doing there. So that will be a little bit different. But that's where we go. I really concentrate on the girl, and I started a little bit on some sand right there. This one I worked on yesterday. I was exhausted after the drive back, so not as much stitching as I would have thought or hoped, but that's okay. Every little stitch counts. All right, one more that is a work in progress, and you haven't seen this one for a little bit. This one is, let me show you the original, and this one is a digital pattern, so I've got to show you online. This is from Stitchrovia, and it's called On the Beach, and that's what it looks like. Super cute. I love the bright patterns of Stitchrovia. And, or not the bright pattern, the bright colors. Her patterns are bright, yes. There we go. So that is what we've got. There we go. And this is done on an 18 count beach sand, ironically enough, from To Die For Fabrics. I thought that would be a great color to do. So in between, it looks like they're sitting on the sand. And that's where we've gotten. I focused this week. I try to take one section and, you know, one little piece of it and try to focus. So this week I focused on the umbrella. I got that whole thing done and most of the little tote bag right here. So that's what I've gotten. Now, when I was going to find this pattern to show you online, it popped up, the Christmas Town one popped up that I had started. I don't remember when I started it, and I thought, oh, maybe next week I'll do that instead of this beach one, since it is pseudo Christmas in July. I'm doing a very light Christmas in July, a little fluid one. So, but that's what I worked on this week. I really like this one, and I like the little, you know, the little pieces, so you feel like you're getting little finishes, little pieces accomplished. So that is that one, and then the last stitch piece is a new start. So you know I had shown this a few weeks ago, I think, and I really wanted to start this. It's a full coverage. It's called Christmas Tale from The Easy Stitch. I'll link that below. And it shows all sorts of different things that have to do with Christmas and books, and the Grinch is on there somewhere and all that good stuff. So I thought that was a lot of fun. And I have a little start, but hey, again, this was I gave it a good day. When the day that I was on my own without anybody was when I pulled it out and I said, oh, I'm going to start it. And that's what we got. That's all. It's a good section. There's a lot of different color changes on this because there is so much variety. This one, in regards to a full coverage, is not huge. It is stitch count 320 by 230. So, you know, I look at some of the stitch counts of Heaven and Earth and other places, and I'm like, oh boy. So this one I thought would be a good one to jump in with on that. So that's what I have so far. This is done on just 18 count white Aida, and I have discovered a brand called Caydo, C-A-Y-D-O, that is that I get from Amazon, and it's not, I mean, it's stiff, it's still, but as you work with it, it does loosen up, and I find it's not quite as stiff or hard to work with as just your traditional white Aida that you get. So I've really enjoyed working with it, and this is full coverage. You're not gonna see it when it's done anyway. So that's my start. That's where I've got my little start. I don't have all of the colors yet. I had a 30% coupon from Michaels, so I did make a Michaels run because I was missing some for that top corner. I thought I had it all, but I didn't. So I did make a quick Michaels run and get some more of those. So I'm there. I'm almost there. I think I need 18 or 20 more colors, and then that one will be completely gotten all the colors for the kit. Obviously it's all DMC. So that's my new start. Super excited. I have to figure out, there's so much more floss and stuff with full coverage pieces, and I still do it in hand. So it's not like it's set up somewhere on a frame or in a hoop or anything, or Q-snap. So I have to figure out the logistics of where to put everything and all the stuff. That's still new to me because I haven't quite gotten there yet with since I'm so new to full coverage. It's my second full coverage start, and how and when I'm going to work on them is what I want to work on with that. So that is it. Plans. So again, more of the same. Like I said, maybe I'll pull out Christmas Town. I don't feel like I need to make a new start on everything Christmas this month. Maybe pull out some older pieces. That one has a lot of color changes and a lot of bright colors, so if I can plug away on it a little bit, I might. And then I wanted to show you because I have this thing for Santa flying his reindeer. I love charts with that, and I realized that I seem to be collecting them and not stitching them. So maybe this month I will choose one of these to do. I thought I'd show you what I have to choose from. I've got 4. This first one from Cottage Needleworks. I think it's called Away We Go. I'm not 100% sure. I had started this on a black fabric 2 years ago, I think. I made a mistake that cannot be, everything has to be pulled out, I've realized. So I stopped and I thought about it, and I said, I would prefer to do this one more on a navy, like a night sky kind of thing. Because, you know, maybe an opal even, because then it would look like stars twinkling in the night sky and all that kind of stuff. So I do want to restart this one at some point. And I'll just write off the start I did. It wasn't a ton. It was mostly the Santa, but I really messed up some counting. So that's the first one. Away We Go. Second, I don't know where to put all this. And I only have a black and white digital to show you. I'll put those up there. This is from the Little Stitcher, and you'll see she's got it done. I don't think I would do it as the pillows. Santa is here as pillows, flying over the framed village. And this is called Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I think if I stitched it, I'd probably stitch it all as one. I thought this little town was really cute. You could actually just even do the town. It says, you know, it says Santa Claus is coming to town, and it's just got a little bit. But then you've also got Santa and the reindeer. So that one, I had not started. This one, actually 3 of the 4, was back before I had discovered hand-dyed fabrics. And I realized that a lot of these I would want to do on some sort of color. And again, maybe like a night sky, you know, in different maybe shades of a night sky. This one is really new, Stitching with the Housewives and To All a Good Night. I thought that one was really cute. So again, that's an option to start. And then the last one, Sarah from Sarah Stitches. I think have you started this? I know I've seen you show it. It is Christmas Eve from the Prairie Schooler. And that's that one. Again, this one I was originally looking at, you know, just like a Vintage Country Mocha, but now I'm wondering on this one if I want to change that. So that's also out there as an option. So maybe I'll start one of those as a start this this month. We will see. And then I will just continue. I'm enjoying immensely my beach stitching. And then I've got the fabric in that I think I want to use for Jan Hicks's The Earth Laughs and Flowers. And I might splurge. It's charted in Cosmo flosses. I got to find where I can get those, and I might splurge and get those. So if I get that, then that might be something I would look at to want to start as well. So we'll see. There's some vague plans, but again, I'll see what I feel like from each week and just go from there. All right, shopping. I have a little bit of shopping. It's fabric. It's all fabric. Let's hope with the lighting that we can show the colors pretty good. Okay, the two of them are fabric of the months, and then one was just a piece that I had gotten from just an order. All right, the first one you might not have seen yet because it's July. Well, it's July. Oh no, it's beginning of July. Yeah. So this is from Mystic Fabrics, and it's the July 2021. So if you do not want to see, I want you to look away now. I'm going to show you the name of it first. So that's what it's called. I get the 18 count Aida. Look at this gorgeousness. How pretty is that? So, oh, I gotta go closer maybe to show you as I go farther away. Really subtle, really just a light shade, but so pretty. Really, really pretty. So I'm gonna put that one down. I don't know what I'd stitch on it. And with fabric of the months, I generally don't have a specific plan, but I thought that was really pretty. And oh, some of my flowers might look good on that. Anyway, moving on. The next one, this is my very first Fortnite Fabrics, fabric of the month, and I believe this was the June. Yes, I think they were back ordered on 18 count, so I just got this one in this past week to show it to you. And this one is called Humphrey. I am in there. Ooh, I hit the table. I hope that doesn't make the noise. I gotta see. I'm down on my pile now, so I'm more apt to hit the table. I don't know what it's called. It might be Subtle Samplers, or it's more of a neutrals, which is fine because I don't mind building up some of those. This is actually really pretty. In some shades, it's almost peachy, which is really, really nice. So again, it was called Humphrey. It's an 18 count Aida. So this is my first Fortnite Fabrics. It looks really very nice. It feels really very nice. I'm super excited to continue to get some this month or this year and see what they look like. I've never stitched on any of their fabric before, and I've seen so many people stitch with it that I was excited to try it. So I'll let you know the stitch feel, but just feeling it right now, it feels really lovely. So not too soft, not too, stiff or anything like that. A nice, easy, especially for in-hand stitching. So that was Fortnite Fabrics. And then the last one, this, I originally heard from this hand dyer from Paula, Stitching in High Heels. And she talked about getting fabric from this dyer. What they do though, is they just only put up what they have already done. They don't do place an order, then I'll dye for you. And very often they don't have any 18 count. So I just happen every once in a while, I check the store just to see. And lo and behold, she had a piece of 18 count Aida, and I said, I'm going to give it a try. This is called Ginger, and it's from Tropical Stitches. And it's really a pretty, pretty yellow. Really pretty. So the color definitely made the, if I go farther away, there you go. She actually sent a little needle too, which was really nice. What is lovely about her, I'll link her. Last I checked, and I checked just a day or two ago, I think she has like a lot of 36 and 40 potentially in the store. Not a lot. There's maybe like 20 items that are up for sale, but she ships immediately. I think you place the order, and depending on the time of day, it's packaged and either shipped that day or the next day. So this came extremely quick because it's all already done. I wonder, because she has some pretty colors that I've seen in other fabrics and counts. I don't know if I were to say, ooh, I love this, would you do it in 18 count? I might have to reach out to her and ask her about that. But Tropical Stitches. Really pleased, really pleased. And again, The fabric feels good, feels nice. And once I stitch on it, I'll let you know. I'll let you know what the feel is like. But I will link if you'd like to check her out. And she is on Etsy. And that's it. Well, no, I did pick up the, was it July? Just Cross Stitch magazine. I did actually buy that one. I did a quick flip through. Didn't have a lot of time. I think I picked it up yesterday, actually. Just in my head, I wanted to grab that. So I did actually get that one. And so now I got to sit down and I got the digital, so I can do a little bit slower flip through and just really enjoy seeing the different pieces. So that was it for shopping. I don't really know if I have much coming, to be honest with you. I might have that Crocette Gogo digital pattern next week. We'll see. So that's it. Giveaways. Let's talk about giveaways. I'm putting it on the table without making a big noise. So you know I'm giving away another copy of the Prairie Schooler 2021 Santa. I'm enjoying stitching it myself. I'm going to put this down here as I mix the names around so it doesn't make a lot of noise by the phone and doesn't pick that up. With lots of you who were interested in this pattern, super excited. Maybe you'll be stitching it this month. All right, I have a lot of names, so I'm trying to separate them all. And the winner is, I'm trying not to look because there's two stuck. Okay. Oh, sorry. The winner is, I don't know if it's Dana or Dana Ballard. Dana Ballard. Congratulations. So if you could please send me your email address, or not your email, your physical address, and you can either email it to me at stitchingbytheshore@gmail.com, or if you are on Instagram and you wanted to reach out with a comment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put your name with the pattern. And as always with giveaways, 2 weeks, please, to get back to me. You watch pretty regularly and you're a fantastic commenter. Thank you. So I think you'll see it, but I always give 2 weeks. And if I don't hear within 2 weeks, then I do pull another name. So, but I would love to send that out to you. Congratulations. This week, since we hit a big milestone of 2,000 subscribers, I thought I would do a big sort of pattern giveaway. And I've done a lot of smalls, and you know, everybody has their different, what they enjoy from what they like to stitch. And some people like smalls, some people like in-betweens or samplers, and some like really big kind of full coveragey things. I have discovered a new company that I joined their Facebook group because I really enjoy seeing the people stitching these. I haven't actually stitched anything of their own yet myself. They have full coverage that they've charted, and then they have other products as well from some other companies, full coverage and not. But we're going to focus on the part of their company that is what they chart themselves. This is called a company called Charting Creations. And if you see as it flips through, Charting Creations does some stuff on their own, and then they also chart from licensed different designers. And so they have the licenses to chart these and to use them as full coverage pieces. And I thought this week, what they do is they have when you go to buy something from them, one of the options is to send a random act of kindness, and you can buy it and have it sent to somebody. So I would put in, an email address, and it would be sent to you rather than me. And I thought that was what a fantastic option, because a lot of times, you order a digital pattern like on Etsy, and it automatically gets emailed to you, versus me being able to say, oh, I'd like to email this to somebody else. So I thought this was a fantastic option, and it was a chance to try a new company. And I have two that I am looking at that I didn't even, let me show, there's so many, let me pop up, there's, I think, 187 different Christmas patterns. And like, for example, you've got a lot of different Santas, and there's Santas flying and all that good stuff. So there's a lot to choose from, but this is a new one from this design, from the specific designer. They have some other ones. It's called Palace. Look at that. That they just released that one. I think that is on my wish list as one that I think I'd really like. They also have a Tea Time in Paris from the same designer that I thought was really kind of cool. But what I will do is for this giveaway, I want to show you the website for a second. So you've got up here, it says charting creation charts. That's the charts that they chart. Down here, they have, for example, Artisy and Shiny Sun and Pain Free Crafts and some other just regular designers. The giveaway's not from there. What I'm going to do is whoever wins the giveaway can pick any pattern they want from this section that's charted by Charting Creations, and I will send that to you. And they do have some smalls if you wanted to try. I can't remember what it's called. Basically what they do is for some of them, they take a portion of the big because, for example, let me see if I just click on one. Their patterns are pretty big. If I just do Nautical Seascape while we're at it, because you know, I always look at those. And let's pick one here. So this one's called Coastal Splendor. This one is 450 by 354, for example. So they're big patterns. They actually have, in some of these, even a larger version. They call them large charts. I don't even want to know how large those are. But they do also have some small snippet ones as well. So they would take a portion of some of the charts. And I think she's really good. If you ask her to create a smaller one, I think that was an option that she will do. I'm not 100% sure, but I thought I read that somewhere. It may take a little bit of a while, but she does have that option. So that is this week's giveaway. We're going big. We're going with big, giant charts. I will send you the full coverage chart of your choice from the Charting Creations chart section. I'll link it down below if you want to check out the site and maybe think about what you might want and see if it's something you'd be interested in. So what are we doing? For a giveaway, there's two things you need to do. You need to answer a question and also say a word. Now, the word is what prompts me to put your name in the bowl. The question is for everybody who watches, because I really am interested in hearing all of your answers. And then you add that word so that your name goes in my bowl for the giveaway part. So the question for everybody, because now I asked this a long time ago, and I don't even remember one of my earlier videos, and we've grown. So I really wanted to find out again, where do you live? I want to know where you're watching from. Where do you live? I know we have people from all over the world, you know, small scale all over the US, big scale all over the world. So I would love to find out where you're stitching, where you're watching from, and where you're doing your stitching. What part of the world are you stitching from? So that's the question, and I'd love to hear as many of you who think of plopping in a comment, letting us know. And if you want to be added into the giveaway, add the word tropical. Since we are in the middle of a tropical storm this morning, I thought that was appropriate. So the word tropical just needs to be somewhere in the comment. You don't have to make a fancy sentence with it. You can if you want, but you can plop it at the beginning or end of your comment, and that would be just fine. And I will pick a winner for next video. And then all you'd have to do is give me your email address, and I would buy it and have it sent to you. So that's this week's giveaway. Hopefully you'll get a chance to check it out and see if there's some stuff you're interested in. And that is the end of the stitchy stuff. If you're heading out, then I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next week. Life stuff. So this weekend, obviously, we were in Delaware. It was hot. Several of the days we hit, if you had seen on my Instagram, we got Megan up really early. Was that Friday morning? You might have already seen it, right? Did I talk about this last week? We got Megan up early. It might have been Friday or Saturday. I don't remember now. We got her up early and we went to the beach, and it was lovely. And that's the time I like to go. I either like to go just after sunrise or just around sunset. That's my favorite time at the beach. And and there was surprisingly, actually no, I think it was over the weekend, because they were going to do I think fireworks around the beach, and so I think they were setting it up that morning. So I think it was after I had videotaped. But it was lovely. There was more people than I thought that would be there at 6:45, 7 o'clock in the morning, but everybody else had the same ideas as me, and it was nice because the heat hadn't hit yet. We met some more neighbors over the weekend and had a nice little small little get together outside at somebody's house, which was nice because we haven't really moved into where we've moved into, but we've built this house during a pandemic when people couldn't really be around each other. There's been no events or anything like that. So we don't even know a lot of the people generally around us. I mean, obviously there are two next door and right behind us, but we're learning and meeting more people. So that was really nice to get a chance to meet and talk with people for a little bit. And the kids, well, with both of them going away to college, and it's time to ramp up what you're wearing, because you gotta wear, change your style changes and all. So there are outlets in that area, so they did some damage shopping and had some fun with that, and went to the pool and that kind of stuff. So it was a nice weekend. Like I said, they went back on Tuesday. I stayed till Thursday, and it was really, really, really hot. Like muggy first thing in the morning hot to going to bed hot. So I kind of hunkered in really, and didn't do much or to go much because it was just really, really hot. And I just kind of stitched and I enjoyed a little bit of the downtime. And then yesterday morning, up bright and early. I was up at 5, on the road at 5:30 because I had gotten myself really organized the night before. And it took me about 5.5 hours to drive back. When you hit Connecticut, that's the worst for traffic. You get into Connecticut, 84 is 2 lanes by Danbury, and at that point, I'm 4.5 hours in, and I just want to get home, and that's usually where the traffic is the worst. So that was the extent of, but for the most part, because I started so early, I think the drive back wasn't too bad. Like I said, I was really, really, really tired last night, but that's all right. Not much stitching done. I had just seen I follow, because I'm a vegan eater, I follow several different bloggers, and people have cookbooks and stuff, and they're always creating new recipes, and a new one had just come out just for it's a pasta, and I can't say it there. It's the angry pasta, so it's spicy red sauce. I think that's what it's translated to. I can't say it, but I had just come out and I had all the stuff for it, and Mo had a really tough day just work-wise, so we were just exhausted. So I said, you know what, let's do pasta, and we tried it, and it was delicious. So it's basically make your own pasta sauce from crushed tomatoes and the paste and all that, but it took maybe half an hour. It was delicious. I made some vegan Parmesan, so we were able to sprinkle some Parmesan on it and have a delicious dinner without spending a lot of time and effort doing it. What's for dinner tonight? I have no idea because I haven't planned that far. I am getting new glasses today. I have to go to the eye doctor and pick them up. My prescription changed, and I didn't get them last year because I decided I'd wait another year. And it hasn't changed much, but it's changed enough that, especially for distance and driving, I wanted to change it. Now, sadly, because I love these frames, sadly, they no longer make the frames, and it's a new lab. They don't have the specs for it. And if I were to send these out to the lab to get it made, I'd be a week without glasses. And I literally cannot be a week without glasses. I can't see anything beyond about that far away without glasses. So I had to pick a new frame, sadly. And I don't like doing that because I never know if it looks good on me. So next week you will see new frames, as long as there's nothing wrong with them, on my eyeballs or on my eyes. So hopefully I chose well. So that's my big plan this today, and beyond that. And I think this storm is moving fast. I think by noon it's out of our area. I think it will be over the Cape and all that kind of, but in the next couple hours it'll be gone. It poured and poured and poured overnight, mostly like in the early hours of the morning. Thank goodness Shamrock didn't have to go out at that time because I was listening to the rain saying, oh boy, that would be tough. So needless to say, he cooperated and went out when it was like a lull of the rain. We are on the other end where we got more rain. We did not get the wind. I know more by the Connecticut shore, and then I think by the Cape or Black Island or Martha's Vineyard, maybe. I don't know. They're getting more wind, so I'm hoping that they're okay. Any of you who were in the path, I hope it didn't cause much destruction or problems. It did work its way up through Delaware. I got out of there before it did, so I didn't have to drive through the rain. I know rain and wind were possibilities. I'm assuming if there had been any issues, if they looked at the house, one of our neighbors would have called us. We didn't hear anything, so hopefully that means not a problem there. But if you're still in the path or were in the path, I hope it doesn't cause much destruction and everything is okay. I know there's some flooding issues, so I hope nobody's basement gets flooded, because that's always a tough one to have to deal with. But then I think it's supposed to clear up a little bit. And then Sunday, for those of you following my Jack Grealish saga, he plays on the England national team. So of course my husband has been watching the Euros. And so Sunday he's already got planned to watch the final. Because yes, for all my UK watchers, maybe it's coming home from what I hear. And then ironically, the goalie on the team that he watches normally is playing, he plays for Argentina. And they're in the final Saturday night in their tournament. So he's like, okay, Saturday night I've got this tournament. Sunday I've got this. So he's all excited to be able to watch those. So there'll be a bit of a football, right? I got to call it football weekend. But other than that, I think the kids are coming here and there. I can't keep up with their plans. And Connor has a job interview tomorrow morning. So fingers crossed. He's been really down because he's been trying really hard and sending out a lot of applications, and he's been having a lot of trouble getting a job. So he's super excited, and hopefully maybe he gets that one, because he'd like to earn a little bit of money before he goes away to college. So that's about it. Nothing super exciting, just the same old, and then some stitching and watching some Flosstubes. I was a little behind just with family, and then the traveling and back and forth. So I've got to go back and watch some people. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I got. So if you were being rained on, fingers crossed you're not being flooded. I hope the wind is not too bad. Are you cooler now in my Canadian friends and the upper northwest friends? I hope so, in the US. Those were horrible temperatures. I hope it's cooled down a little bit and is a bit more comfortable where you are, and you're not struggling with the heat anymore. I hope it's not too cold on the other side of the world as winter sets in. All of it. I'm thinking about all of you and hoping all is well. I hope you're safe. I hope you're well. I hope you're getting a chance to get stitching in and just getting a chance for you, some you time. I'm very, very big on doing your best to give yourself some you time and a chance to just give yourself some just relaxation and, do what's best for you at times. So I hope you're getting a chance to do that. And I'm thinking about all of you as I'm stitching, and I can't wait to watch others when I'm stitching, and I hope you get lots of stitching in. So, because how many times can I say it, the word stitching? Happy stitching!